Gabriel does what he does. You know, he gets in there and he makes sure he gets something on it. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal.
Now, at 1-1, you were hoping Newcastle would hold out. At 1-1, Wright, he was actually asking the Lord, weren't you, to do something for divine intervention here.
There's a Sunday.
Sometimes you just have to go to a higher place when you need what you need.
Is that where you were?
Oh, jeepers.
Oh, so yeah!
Two different reactions there, aren't there?
I'm so sorry, everybody at home. I'm so sorry. We have to win this!
We knew that. The scowl on Shay's face towards you just makes it even better.
There's always two sides to every story, isn't it? The sadness of conceding a late winner, and of course the joy that brought to Wrighty's face.
I'm just really pleased with the guys who I work here with on a regular basis last season when they see how I act. But it's not for anything other than pure joy, because we needed to win this game so badly, Steve.
So let's get serious a minute.
Yes.
I mean, that's the type of thing champions do, isn't it, really?
Well, I think you look at last season, there were so many opportunities where Liverpool, we had to get into a game where you put pressure on Liverpool for something. We either drew the game.
Yeah, they couldn't do it, could they?
We couldn't do it. We've never done too many. I think the last time we done anything like this where we needed to win something in the death, I think it was Bournemouth a few seasons ago. But this is a game where we went in and I think we started very well. We had chances. But once they went 1-0 up, it was a game we had to play back in and get ourselves back into the game, make sure we don't lose it, and if we can, win it, because that's what we have to do to send the message to whoever's at the top, that we're not going to go away and we will dig in as far as we need to win these games to try and win this league finally.
Yeah, that will have been severely noted on Merseyside.
Absolutely, because what you want them to, what the message you want to give them is, you know, we're coming and we're going to be here. So yes, you're 5 points clear, but now you're 2. You lost your game against Palace. We have to now take advantage of that, and we've done that. That's why even if a point would have been a little bit, it wouldn't have been enough for me, even though you'd have to take it. 3 points is what we needed to do today, and I'm just hoping that in that dressing room they realise that, how important it is to make sure that they take advantage of these slip-ups if they do happen.
If you're in the Newcastle dressing room, though, having seen it happen against Liverpool and then against Arsenal, to take nothing from the game, having given all that effort, it'll be a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, it'll be very tough when you see Eddie walking around the pitch after. I think that's the frustration. You know, Arsenal have got quality all over their squad. They have, and they're good enough to open you up, Steve, and play an amazing goal. But the frustration thing is, and they work at attacking corners, but they work at defensive side of things as well. And that's the most frustrating thing. You know, we spoke about Eze and Cole beforehand. Odegaard comes off the bench.
The game has developed into a healthy rivalry, a game with an edge. Why so often has that suited you and your players?
I think they've been really tight games. I think there's two teams that show a great will to win, pride themselves on detail and tactical plans, and so I think they've been intriguing games. We've really enjoyed them, both home and away, and we've had some success, we've had some failures that we've tried to learn from. Today will be, I think, another great game.
So just looking at your team, it feels like you could line up a couple of different ways, with a 4 with Burn at left back or a 3 at the back. But is almost the variety and the flexibility to keep, obviously, us, but more importantly, Arsenal guessing, is that sort of the point?
No, you don't do it to keep people guessing. That's irrelevant. It's how we perform on the pitch. So, yeah, there's a few different ways we can go. Even in running, there's a few different things we can do to change our shape if we need to. But we have, I think, a strong team. We're looking forward to seeing that team gel together. There's some changes from our last game, but I do think it's a strong squad.
So if you don't need to keep people guessing, would you like to tell us, is it a 3 at the back or a 4 at the back?
No, you'll find out within no time.
So against Arsenal, has that variety you have, has that underpinned, do you think, a lot of your success? Not just the formation, but the fact you've pressed them at times, the fact it's been a low block at other times?
I think that we have all of those ways of playing in our armoury, and I think it's important that you do adapt depending on the circumstance of the game, depending what you want at that time. So no, we consider ourselves loads of different ways that we can defend, and there's loads of different ways we can attack. So we'll pick one of them today, and hopefully we do well.
Well, Mikel, as ever, plenty to discuss with your team. Looks like Eze in one of those central positions. What is it about his adaptation or this opponent that made you think, okay, yeah, today's the day?
Well, very happy with what he's doing. First of all, he's in the right to start the game like many others, and he's going to have another chance today.
Talking of earning the right, Mosquera for Saliba. Mosquera's obviously made a fantastic start to his Arsenal career. Is this something we're going to have to get used to a bit more with Arsenal this season? Guys who felt like they might be nailed on in previous seasons. Now it's a bit more competitive.
Yeah, depending on the circumstance as well. Willie comes from an ankle injury that is still trying to resolve, and he's played twice in 6 days, and we have another 2 games coming up in the next 5 days or 6 days. So we have to manage the squad, and that's why we need players that we can trust and rely on.
How ready is Martin Odegaard to help?
Yeah, well, he's very keen. Obviously, he's trained the last 2 days, and he's desperate to get in that pitch.
So you've talked about the beautiful atmosphere you face here. It's obviously a place where you've had your struggles, but do you see it as an opportunity? Do the best teams relish this kind of occasion?
I think so. I think these stadiums and these moments makes your team. And those scars and those difficulties and those challenges, at the end, I think they make you a better team. And hopefully that's what we are today, and we're going to show it.
Very interesting. Right, Arsenal's team. I'm guessing you're delighted that Saka and Eze both start, Wrighty.
Yeah, I am. I think it's a really good team. Even Mosquera in for Saliba. We've seen how capable he is, so yeah, I'm very happy with the team. Leandro Trossard does a good job on that left side. Maybe that's what he wants, but yeah, it's a team that I believe is more than good enough to go there and get a win.
Yeah, Saka starting. As far as Newcastle are concerned, big boost. Anthony Gordon, who learnt his harsh lesson in that game against Liverpool, back from his Premier League suspension. But he and Voltemada both start, Shay.
Yeah, for the first time. It'll be interesting to see how they link up and where they start. I mean, it can be flexible within the squad, because we thought when we seen the team go through, they could even go to a back three with obviously Chow, Botman and Bourne, and then Livramento flipping over to left wing back, and of course Murphy right wing back. That is an option depending how well Arsenal, I suppose, start the game. But it is interesting, the front three. Voltemada, we mentioned before, can he get inside the box? And obviously the pace and Murphy each side of him. I think if he can link them up, and Arsenal are playing a high line at the back, maybe it's as simple as flicking it around the corner for one of the runners from deep, But first time playing together, we're all looking forward to seeing how they connect.
And what it does give us is Anthony Gordon down Newcastle's left righty against Urian Timber, who you think has had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, it will be a tough day if Urian Timber plays anything like he's been playing since he's come back from that injury. Massive, that ACL injury he had was a terrible injury for him right at the start of the season, last season, when we really needed him to come in. But when you look at him physically, he never overcommits himself. He's somebody.
Declan Rice and Mikel Merino described Gabriel Magalhaes in just one word after Newcastle heroics. Arsenal duo Declan Rice and Mikel Merino have paid tribute to match winner Gabriel Magalhaes following the 2-1 win against Newcastle United. The Brazilian emerged as the hero at St. James's Park as his 95th minute goal secured the 3 points for his side, who trailed for the majority of the clash. Nick Woltemade scored the opener for Newcastle as Eddie Howe desperately tried to cling onto his side's 1-goal lead in the northeast. However, Mikel Merino found the breakthrough for Arsenal in the 84th minute, and the visitors pushed to secure a last-gasp victory and move only 2 points behind league leaders Liverpool. Now, Gabriel's teammates have ensured that the defender is recognized for his heroics, which keep the Gunners firmly in the conversation at the top of the table. After disappointing results against Liverpool and Manchester City, Gabriel Magalhaes is the man of the moment at Arsenal. Merino commented on Gabriel's Instagram post following the victory and described his teammate as a monster after his heroics at St. James's Park. Rice also joined in the praise for the centre back, echoing what Merino said in his Instagram story. "My bro, you are a monster, my friend." The term monster is the resounding verdict among Arsenal players after Noni Madueke reacted to Gabriel's winner on Instagram, as the 27-year-old reminded the Premier League of his dominant threat from set pieces. Gabriel made the PFA Team of the Season for his efforts last term and is widely recognized as one of, if not the, best centre-backs in the Premier League. Heading into the 2025/26 season, the Gunners had scored 33 goals from set pieces over the last 2 campaigns, but their threat has somewhat been neutralized in recent weeks. Although William Saliba created the opportunity, Gabriel still had to convert the corner while wrestling with several Newcastle defenders, and he rose to deliver what could be remembered as a pivotal moment come the end of the season. Mikel Arteta needs both Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. The pair are the preferred center-back pairing at the Emirates, but Mikel Arteta selected Christian Mosquera over Saliba to start the trip to St. James's Park. Saliba has been battling for fitness since his injury during the 1-0 loss against Liverpool, but his role in Gabriel's goal has emphasized the importance of having both on the pitch for the Gunners. Mosquera has deputized superbly for his French teammate. However, his inexperience in English football certainly showed as he struggled to find his feet against Newcastle. Of course, the Spaniard is still very early in his Arsenal career and will undoubtedly improve, but with Arteta having the opportunity to move ahead of Liverpool with a win over West Ham United on Saturday, he can really pile the pressure on Arne Slot with the momentum now firmly in North London. And that wraps up today's biggest Arsenal news. If you enjoyed the update and want to stay on top of everything happening with the Gunners, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Come on, Arsenal!